So let us begin with the line by line reading of this chapter, The Victory. Alexander the Great had won many battles. His desire was to conquer the world. So we are studying about the story of Alexander the Great, and he had won many battles, and even he was wishing to conquer whole of the world. Proceed to the Golden Bird, he ordered his brave generals. So he was wishing to conquer the Golden Bird, and what is the Golden Bird here? India. Alexander wanted to conquer India as well and reach India for that. India was known as the Golden Bird in the world at that time. With Alexander's command, the generals consulted the map and the army turned towards India. So India at that time was known as, our India is it was very rich in all these minerals and all these like gold and other things, that it was known as the Golden Bird. There so many mines of gold were found here, but all the, what we can say, the foreigners have looted us, the British Empire has looted us, that we are now under the developing countries and not the developed countries. So during that time, when we were known as the Golden Bird, Alexander gave a command to proceed to Golden Bird for conquering it. What the generals did, the generals consulted means looked upon the map. They looked upon the map and derived all the information they required, and then they proceeded towards India. It crossed the mighty Himalayas through the long terrain in the cold, entered the country and reached the river Sindhu. There was a battle between Alexander's army and the army of King Puru of India. King Puru was defeated and made captive. With the first victory in India, Alexander was very happy. So what he did, he entered India through the Himalayan ranges, and there, first of all, he encountered King Puru. King Puru he encountered, and King Puru was defeated. He lost the battle. King Puru lost the battle and he was made captive. Then, after the captive means bandi bana dena, okay? After the day's battle, when Alexander's army was resting, he mounted on his horse Bucephalus. Bucephalus is the name of the horse. So after the battle of the whole day, Alexander's army was resting. Okay, it was a night time and the army was resting. What he did, Alexander took his horse Bucephalus and he quietly moved out of the tent and quietly slipped out of the tent to see more of the Indian countryside. Alexander moved on the streets and drove his horse on and on. The houses remained dark without lights. The women were wailing. Children were crying. Alexander felt no pity. Instead, he felt proud of his own victory. So when he mounted on his horse and took a ride on the countryside, on the areas of India, what he saw all the streets were and all the houses were dark because there was no light in that time. And also inside the houses, the children were crying and the women were wailing. Wailing means they were crying loudly. So all such voices did not have an impact on Alexander. Alexander was not moved to pity. Alexander को थोड़ी भी दया नहीं आई ये सारी आवाजें सुनकर. Soon he turned his horse on the other side towards the jungle. Then he moved his horse to the other side in the jungle. As he moved further, he noticed a bonfire at a distance. He went closer and found some Indian saints performing the yagya, religious ritual, on the bank of the Sindhu. He stood quietly behind the thick trunk of a tree. So when he took his horse to the other side in the jungle, he found some saints or yogis performing the yagya, and he was quietly standing there behind the bark of a tree. Behind the bark of a tree means the broader part of a tree is there, no, at the bottom, so that is the bark. Behind the bark of the tree, he was standing and watching these saints. It was winter time. The wind was blowing and it was extremely cold. The saints wore no clothing on the upper parts of their bodies. Alexander said to himself, "Oh, they are poor and do not have anything to cover their bodies." He felt sorry for the saints. "I must do something for these naked fakirs." It was night already. He went back to his tent, woke up his chief general, and said, "Bring thick woolen blankets and woolen clothes immediately. I need them urgently." So what happened when he saw these saints performing the yajna without any clothes on their upper bodies? He felt pitied and he said, "Yeah, they are so poor and they have nothing to cover up their bodies. Already it was highly cold during that time." So he asked his general, means the commander, who was the chief general, he asked him to bring some blankets immediately. Then heaps of thick blankets and woolen clothes were brought. In no time, they were loaded on horses, and Alexander himself led them, riding back to the jungle. The caravan stopped where the saints were performing the yajna. So what happened? Heaps means a bundle of thick blankets and woolen clothes. So they took the clothes also, woolen clothes and blankets also. And in hurriedly, all these clothes and blankets, in no time means hurriedly, all of this were loaded onto the horse. And Alexander himself led his team to the jungle where these saints were performing the yajna. The caravan means group of people. Okay. Then performing the yajna, Alexander found the saints were still busy chanting hymns. He moved his horse closer, but the saints took no notice of the presence of Alexander and his caravan. So he finally came in front of the saints, but the saints were not noticing him. Alexander saw that they were still chanting the hymns. Chanting the hymns means वो मंत्र पढ़ रहे थे. They were reciting the hymns or the mantras. He moved his horse closer. He made his horse to move closer so that they couldn't hear the noise of horse and look that Alexander is nearby. But the yogis and the priests did not pay any heed to Alexander. In order to get their attention, Alexander patted his horse and cuffed. What he did, he patted. He means he stroked. Someone is patting, like we pat someone's shoulder. वो पीछे से थपकी मारते हैं या हाथ लगाते हैं ना पीछे पे ऐसे थपकी मारते हैं शोल्डर पे, दैट इज पैटिंग. जो शाबाशी मिलती है ना वो भी एक तरीके से पैटिंग होती है. जैसे अगर हमने कोई अच्छा काम किया हो और हमारे शोल्डर कोई थपथपाए, दैट इज पैटिंग ऑन द शोल्डर. So Alexander patted his horse and cuffed. He intentionally cuffed so that the saints can see his presence. Still, no one paid any attention. None of them paid any attention to it. Alexander got irritated now. He was frustrated now. He dismounted and proceeded towards the oldest saint. He got off from the horse and then he moved and proceeded towards the saint. The saint did not notice, and Alexander felt totally ignored. The saint was not noticing anything. Okay. The saint did not see what they are doing and all. The saints were busy in their yajna and Alexander was feeling ignored. Then he approached one of the saints and called, "Fakir, listen, I am the famous Alexander the Great." Then to the oldest yogi and to the oldest priest he said, "Listen, Fakir, listen. I am the famous Alexander. I am Alexander the Great. मैं महान बादशाह हूँ. सुनो फकीर." Like that he said. The saint looked up and asked coolly. Coolly means without any notice or something. The saint looked up and asked coolly and very sweetly, "What do you want, young man? What can I do for you?" So these lines had shocked Alexander. The saints asked, "What do you want and how can I help you?" Alexander was taken aback. Taken aback means Alexander was in shock with this question. He paused. He rested there and he continued. Well, I don't want anything from you. I am Alexander the Great. I have conquered your Hindustan. Alexander announced proudly. He continued, "When I saw you people naked in this cold weather, I brought woolen blankets and clothes for all of you. So he told, I don't want anything from you. I am Alexander the Great who have conquered this Hindustan, and since I saw you naked without any clothes, I have come and brought all these woolen blankets and clothes for you. The saint threw a sharp glance at Alexander. He came closer and put his hand on Alexander's shoulder. So that elder yogi or elder priest, he casted a glance, मतलब उसने उसको देखा, अलेक्जेंडर को देखा और अलेक्जेंडर के कंधे पे हाथ रखा और उन्होंने बोला, young man, so you are the famous Alexander who conquers countries by robbing them? The saint gave a loud laugh and asked, ही टोल्ड, अच्छा तुम ही वही हो जो कंट्रीज पे कब्जा करते जा रहे हो और उनके ऊपर डकैती करते जा रहे हो. यू आर वन हु इज स्टीलिंग द कंट्रीज एंड यू आर सेइंग दैट यू आर कॉन्करिंग देम. देन ही लाफ्ड, द योगी लाफ्ड. ओके, ही कंटिन्यूड, टेल मी माई चाइल्ड, हाउ कैन अ रॉबर बी अ कॉन्करर एंड अ गिवर? कि एक चोर कैसे बादशाह बन सकता है या किसी चीज को ले सकता है, हड़प सकता है, और एक गीवर बन सकता है, किसी को देने वाला बन सकता है. चोर तो सिर्फ चोरी ही कर सकता है. Saying this, the saint looked deep into Alexander's eyes. So the saint said, if you are a robber, then you can't be a conqueror. If you are robbing means it is belonging. If you are robbing something means that something is belonging to someone else. If it would be of yours, you would not have to rob it or conquer it. Then Alexander turned pale, not knowing what to say. He stood still like a statue. Alexander was in shock with the words of this saint, and he was there standing like a statue. The saint continued, well, my child, if you really want to conquer the world, first win the hearts of the countrymen with love. As for us, we have renounced the world and we do not need anything. Whatever is left with us now, we can give that too. Now tell me, what do you want? So, Alexander was shocked with the words of these saints, and then saint continued and told, see, if you want to conquer something, you don't need to steal it or rob it. You need to win it. Win it means if you want to conquer India, first win the hearts of Indians and then you can get anything. Then he continued and told, and because you have come to give something to us, we don't need it because we have left the world. We have left the worldly pleasures and materialistic pleasures. We have renounced it. हमने दुनिया का त्याग कर दिया है, हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए. Alexander could not believe his ears. एंड वन मोर थिंग आई एड, उन्होंने बोला हमने दुनिया का त्याग कर दिया, हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए और हमारे पास जो है हम वो भी तुम्हें दे सकते हैं. जो कुछ बचा है तुम्हें उसमें से भी कुछ लेना हो तो ले लो. सी द डिफरेंस. These yogis are having just the clothes and some food material they might be having. Otherwise, nothing they are having. And they are ready to give that too. While Alexander is having the majority of wealth and still he is greedy to conquer more and more. Alexander could not believe his ears. He had never seen or heard things like this. The feeling of guilt made him sad. He saluted the saint. Without saying a word, he mounted his horse and went back to his camp. The caravan followed the master. So Alexander was shocked because in the whole of his lifetime he had not heard such words. He was taken aback, he was shocked, and then he mounted on his horse and he went back to his camp, and his army too followed him. It was dawn and Alexander could hear the chattering of birds. He had made a decision. He stopped his forward march. Now it was the dawn time. Dawn time means the time when the first rays of sun appear. And then Alexander could hear the voices of other birds. And then and there itself he made a decision. What he made, he told he will not move forward in his march of conquering. He will stop his conquering here itself. He released King Puru and put off his future plans to conquer other parts of India. So he was ready to stop his dream of conquering the world, and he left India and even he freed King Puru, whom he had made captive. So here we realized that if you want to conquer something, you need to win the hearts first. If you want to conquer, if you want to conquer, it doesn't mean you need to rob that. अगर तुम्हें किसी चीज पे जीत हासिल करनी है तो उसे, या किसी चीज पे कब्जा करना है तो उसे जीतना सीखो, उसके दिल जीत के उसको कॉन्कर करो, ना कि चोरी करके उसको कॉन्कर करो. फर्दर मोर, since this conquer and all is not possible in India now, you can conquer the hearts by winning them. Be kind-hearted, children. Like these saints were kind-hearted. Okay, they were ready to give whatever they had. But Alexander was not kind-hearted. जो वुमेन लोग इतना रो रही थी, बच्चे रो रहे थे, अलेक्जेंडर के मन में शुरू में कोई दया नहीं आई. बट सेंट से बातचीत करने के बाद उसके अंदर एक ऐसा बदलाव आया कि उसने सोचा कि अब मैं आगे से कोई अपनी जो फाइट्स हैं, बैटल्स हैं, कंटिन्यू नहीं करूँगा और मैं पूरे विश्व के ऊपर जीत हासिल करने का जो मेरा सपना था वो पूरा नहीं करूँगा. और आई विल ऐड समथिंग हियर. अलेक्जेंडर की एक और कहानी है कि जब वो मरे या मरने वाले थे तो उन्होंने दुनिया के सारे डॉक्टर, मतलब उन्होंने एक मैसेज भिजवा दिया पूरे वर्ल्ड में कि जो मुझे ठीक करेगा उसे मैं अपनी पूरी दौलत दूंगा. जब वो मरने वाले थे, डेथ बेड पे थे, तो उन्होंने एक मैसेज भिजवाया कि अगर जिसने मुझे ठीक किया मैं उसे पूरी अपनी दौलत दे दूंगा. बट जब मरने वाला कोई होता है और जब लिखा रहता है किस्मत में तो कोई बदल नहीं सकता. देन इतने सारे डॉक्टर्स आए, इतने सारे मतलब केमिस्ट बोलो या जो भी आयुर्वेद वाले बोलो या वैद वगैरह बोलो, सब आए, बट कोई अलेक्जेंडर को ठीक नहीं कर पाया. तो जब अलेक्जेंडर ठीक नहीं हुआ और जब मरने वाला था तो उन्होंने अपने एक चीफ जनरल को बुलाया और बोला कि जब मेरी अंतिम यात्रा होगी तो उस अंतिम यात्रा में मेरे कॉफिन के बाहर मेरा हाथ रखना. मेरा हाथ कॉफिन से बाहर लोगों को दिखना चाहिए और लोगों को पता चलना चाहिए कि हम खाली हाथ ही आए थे और हम खाली हाथ ही जाएंगे. हम इस दुनिया से कुछ नहीं लेके जाएंगे, पर हम इस दुनिया में अपनी छाप छोड़ के जा सकते हैं एक अच्छा इंसान बन के. सो हियर स्टूडेंट्स, यू आर गेटिंग अ मॉरल लेसन एज वेल. आज थोड़ा मॉरल साइंस भी हो गया, बट स्टिल these are some principles, some moral values that you have to imbibe in your life. I think we are done for today. Thank you so much.